court time in Elizabeth. We're here for Mon Valley Independent Summer Basketball League action. Just one game tonight after a pair of forfeits from teams without enough players. And that game is going to be Lee Supply and Edward Jones. I'm Ashley Chase along with Joe Saboek.
Ashley?
Was that close?
That was perfect.
Is it good? All right.
That was wonderful.
I was like, ooh, does memory serve me right from Monday night?
That's fantastic.
Well, thank you all for tuning in and joining us here this evening for just our solo game.
Doing both.
Had high-scoring boys affairs last night all over the place, and we'll see what happens here tonight. We'll give a quick shout-out to a few of the sponsors that bring you coverage of the Mon Valley Independent Summer Basketball League, like Perked Up Cafe in Charleroi, Foster House 2 in Belle Vernon, State Farm agent Brian Warnick all across the Mon Valley, and the Salon and Spa by Cheney's Natural in Monongahela. These are a couple of teams here, Lee Supply and Edward Jones. On the floor for Edward Jones, starting will be Belle Vernon Junior Presley Colditz, Yawk Junior Laney Gerdich, Viva Chris, a guard from Belle Vernon, returns to action tonight. Carmen Vasquez, a sophomore at Woodland Hills, and Kara Dupilka, a sophomore from Latrobe. That's your starting five for Edward Jones. On the flip side for Lee Supply, they've got 5 players available, and that's who we're going to see tonight. It'll be Jenna Dawson, a junior guard from Belle Vernon. Macy Miller, a sophomore at Mount Lebanon. Emma Reynolds, a freshman from Chartiers Valley. Jasmine Fisher, a senior at Woodland Hills. And Skylar Still, a freshman from West Mifflin. So those are the 5 on the floor, regardless, tonight for Lee Supply. And we'll get set for a tip here between Emma Reynolds of Chartiers Valley and Laney Gerdich of Yawk. For Edward Jones in the yellow, Lee Supply in green. Ball's up and we're underway. Tip 1 by Laney Gerdich. Back to Viva Chris. She drives right side and kicks to Dupilka. Out to Carmen Vasquez, top of the key. Vasquez looks to the left, guarded by Jenna Dawson. Tries to roll off a screen, throws a shot up, does not go. Rebound pulled down by Skylar Still. She'll bring the ball up the floor for Lee Supply, makes a move in the lane, trying to get towards the basket. Blocked up initially by Laney Gerdich. Still gets her shot off, but it'll be Gerdich with the rebound. And foot caught on the floor there for Viva Chris. Caused her to travel. It'll be Lee Supply basketball.
Good to see Chris back tonight after a little knee injury, so good to see she's back in action and okay.
Yeah, I hate to see anybody go down injured and take a night off to make sure we're all okay, and she's back out there. Foul will be called on Chris. Keeps the ball with Lee Supply. Jasmine Fisher drives, pops, shoots. Rebound pulled down by Laney Gerdich. Vasquez will bring the ball up the floor. She pushes, drives left side, left hand, gets the layup to go. First 2 on the board for Edward Jones from Carmen Vasquez. 2-0 for the yellow and gold, or yellow and black. I'm so used to saying black and gold. And
yeah, Pittsburgh.
You know, the team in those colors. Shot from Skylar Still rattles out. Dupilka pulls down the rebound. Presley Colditz on the left side. Perimeter shot doesn't go. Macy Miller brings it back the other way, drives, and it's blocked up and taken away by Dupilka. Chris, left side, rolls off the screen from Vasquez, but Fisher stays with her. Shot from the perimeter doesn't go for Vasquez. Pushed up the floor, left side, Jenna Dawson. Nice bounce pass underneath to Jasmine Fisher, but gets away from her a bit, thanks to some tight defense there by Vasquez. Macy Miller pulls up for 3. Off glass. Gerdich with, I think, her 3rd rebound of the game so far. Colditz works it inside to Gerdich. Shot doesn't go, and she's fouled on the putback attempt. We'll head to the free throw line.
Foul will be on Jenna Dawson, her first.
First one a miss from Girdich. Second one short as well. It'll be Lee Supply basketball. Skylar Still drives on the right side, taken away by Carmen Vasquez. Dupilka from the right side. Her shot is short. Rebound tracked down by Jasmine Fisher. She's guarded tightly by Dupilka. Works her way into the paint, puts her shot up, doesn't go. Girdich with another rebound for Edward Jones. Chris with the layup, and it's good. 4-0. Edward Jones, the lead over Lee Supply. 13-10 to play here in the first half. Fisher pulls up. Kicks to Emma Reynolds, drives in the paint, pushes out to Macy Miller from the corner, rattles around and doesn't go. Girdich fighting for that rebound. Skylar Still tried to save it from going out of bounds, but she'll touch it out of bounds, and it'll be Edward Jones basketball.
That's a good move from Reynolds. I mean, just little head fake and driving in the lane, found the open player on Miller and unable to knock it down, unfortunately, but still good take from her.
The substitution checking in here
Out of
for Edward Jones. Dupilka checks out. Tori Sadesky checks in, the guard from Norwin. Chris from the perimeter. Almost got the help of the bank, but rattled off the mark. Lee Supply looking for its first points of the evening. It's 4-0 Edward Jones out in front. A little over 3 minutes into this one. Dawson gives it off to Still, who drives. Shot, I think, partially tipped by Girdich. Ball up the floor to Viva Chris. She cuts baseline, reverse underneath, doesn't go. Rebound collected by Girdich, her 6th of the game?
Fifth.
He's all over crashing those boards and pays off, keeps the basketball right there. Long inbounds to Viva Chris, who gives it the absolute splash. And so rightly deserved from way, way back behind the perimeter. She's got 5.
NBA range 3 right there, and Fisher trying one herself.
Yeah, the two of them I would just watch the two of them trade shooting all night.
Yeah.
Beautiful high arcing shot from Chris makes it 7-0 Edward Jones. Foul on the floor. It's going to be on Jenna Dawson, her second. Inbounds into Viva Chris again, this time off the mark. Rebound to Dawson. He drives, makes a move to the hoop, gets it to go. Nice play from Jenna Dawson. Know when to take that one herself, and puts the 2 on the board for Lee Supply. Basket and a foul here for Lainey Girdich. Make it a 9-2 lead for Edward Jones. And she hits the free throw as well. So the 3-point play good from Lainey Girdich. It's 10-2 Edward Jones leading Lee Supply. Macy Miller from the left side was looking to connect with Skylar Still. Just off the mark. A timeout coming here for Lee Supply. They trail Edward Jones 10-2 here, about 4 minutes and 45 seconds into this one. Give a shout out to Perked Up Cafe in Charleroi with their La Prima Espresso Company coffee from a local Pittsburgh roaster, serving breakfast, lunch, snacks, salads, pastries, candied bacon. I mean, if you're going to have a salad, have the candied bacon. You've got lots of gluten-free options, Wi-Fi on-site, always willing to support the local community and give back. Perked Up Cafe in Charleroi, a proud sponsor of the Valley Sports Guys podcast, which returns later in August. Perked Up Cafe in Charleroi, proud sponsor of all local high school sports. Let them know we sent you. 11:17 on the clock here in the first half. Edward Jones in the gold and black, taking on Lee Supply in the green and gold. Edward Jones up 10-2. Here a turnover into the hands of Jasmine Fisher. Skylar still with the ball, gives it back to Fisher. Fisher drives, and she picks up the foul on Viva Chris. That'll be her second. Inbounds play here. Macy Miller looking for that outlet, gets it in. Skylar Still. She drives. Nice hook shot from Still, doesn't go. Good look at the basket. Edward Jones with the basketball. Vasquez needs to roll off the screen for the outlet. Takes this one herself, drives through a pair of defenders and throws the shot up. It'll be off the backboard and out. Lee Supply ball. Substitute checking in here. Sadesky will come back in the game for Vasquez. So it's Kolditz, Chris, Sadesky, Dupilka, and Gurdich on the floor for Edward Jones. Jasmine Fisher with the ball for Lee Supply. Looking at Emma Reynolds inside. Jenna Dawson to her left, Skylar Still to her right. Lobs it in, give and go to Reynolds. Great move to the basket. Nice play from Lee Supply to get 2 on the board. It's 10-4, Edward Jones on top. First points for Fisher. Chris inside to Kolditz. He'll have to kick it back out to Dupilka. Cross-court pass to Sadesky. Inside to Lainey Gurdich. Turns, shoots, doesn't get it to go. Pulls down the rebound. Goes reverse underneath. Great move from Lainey Gurdich for 2 more. She's got 5. It's 12-4, Edward Jones.
Excellent move from Gurdich. I mean, can't finish it first time, and good job of securing the rebound and putting it back up and in.
She's gotten her points at least close to matching her rebounds, so she's been phenomenal so far. Shot from Fisher doesn't go. Dupilka with a board for Edward Jones. Pulls up, jumper, knocks it down. 10-point lead for Edward Jones thanks to the deuce from Kara Dupilka. She's a sophomore this upcoming season at Latrobe. Dawson drives, throws her shot up and doesn't go. That foul will be called on Dupilka. Dawson will head to the line. Great way for Lee Supply to pick up some points without the clock moving as they're down by 10 here, 7 minutes into this one. Dawson, very familiar with the green and gold. She's a junior at Bell Vernon this upcoming season.
Green and gold, black and gold. Bell Vernon doesn't know what they want to do with their colors. They have great uniforms. Just always a different combination, like every sport. Just different, you know. But still looks good. Can't knock the color choices.
Tray from Tori Sadesky makes it a 17-5 lead here for Edward Jones. Will be Edward Jones basketball. The ball goes out into the lobby here at court time. Yeah, I like mix it up with the uniforms a little bit. I don't mind a stray from the traditional. As long as the traditional still exists somewhere,
yeah,
I'll take the black or the gray. I like those alternates. Cassandra Holland checked in for Edward Jones. Shot from Kolditz doesn't go. Rebound, put back from Gurdich is good. She's got 7 points, and it's 19-5. Edward Jones on top of Lee Supply. Jasmine Fisher get called for the double dribble. Tried to make that move in the paint and just picked it up a little too much.
Referee eventually saw it. Larry Cash definitely did. So he was pretty animated there, letting the official know that she double dribbled and got it right.
Sadesky fires another 3. That's 6 points. for Tori Sadesky, the Norwin Jr., and it's 22-5. Edward Jones out in front. Reynolds kicks to Dawson, left side, over to Skylar Still, top of the key. Loses the ball in her feet. Lainey Gurdich picks it up, moves it ahead to Kara Dupilka, drives. Off the backboard, doesn't go. Fisher with the rebound. Up to Still, bounce pass to Reynolds, makes a move, gets the basket. Heads up play there from Emma Reynolds, and here a steal on the inbounds, and Macy Miller puts it up, and there's a 4-point swing that Lee Jones very much needed. Back-to-back buckets from Emma Reynolds and Macy Miller. Both of their first points of the night, and there's Presley Kolditz with the 3. We know she knows how to knock that down. Has struggled a little bit shooting the other night and wanted to get that one up here. Good work from Kolditz, makes it 25-9. She's there with the steal here as well. Saves the ball from going out of bounds. Gets it over to Dupilka. Short shot doesn't go. Rebound put back from Gurdich. First one doesn't work, and second one goes out of bounds. 6:46 to play here in the first half. It's 25-9.
Gurdich with 10 rebounds already.
She'll continue that throughout the evening. We lose the bench here.
What just happened?
Well, one coach was sitting on one end of the bench, and everyone got up off the other.
Oh man!
No one heard in this. Even though we're going to get a good fake attempt from our assistant here. That is the highlight of the night. Everyone has now taken a seat. Everywhere else on the bench.
Always need the counterweight.
All the subs got up at once, and it was like when the kid gets off the seesaw. You get a tray here from Jenna Dawson, closing the gap. 12 points on the board for Lee Supply.
2 more from Chris. Nice move.
Thank you. She's got 7. Outside look from the left corner from Macy Miller, doesn't go. Holland tracks down the rebound, pushes it up the court to Kolditz. She's met quickly by the defense of Fisher. Tries to throw it to Chris. She saves it from going out of bounds, but it's still a turnover right into the hands of Jasmine Fisher. Pushes it to Skylar Still from the outside, off the back of the iron, doesn't go. Rebound handed off to Emma Reynolds. Her outside shot doesn't go. A perimeter tray from Jasmine Fisher will. 15 points on the board for Lee Supply. Fisher's got 5. 27-15, 5:40 to play in the first half. Vasquez with the ball for Edward Jones. Gives it off to Kinsey Wilson, who's checked in. Kolditz moves it over to Holland, left side. Fakes the shot, tries to find some room, drives, and her shot doesn't go. Dawson trying to push that up in transition. It's taken away. Chris with the dish to Holland. Puts it off the backboard, doesn't go. Got a rebound and tried again before Reynolds brings it away for Lee Supply. Pushed it up to Jasmine Fisher. Shot from the outside, right into the hands of Kinsey Wilson, senior guard at Monessen. Wearing the 2 for Edward Jones. Inside look to Vasquez. Vasquez puts her head down, drives, and travels. 4:41 to play here in the first half. 12-point lead for Lee Supply. It's 27-15.
You know, this is a pretty big game in terms of the standings in that 4th place. You know, if Lee Supply can win today, it's going to keep pretty tight between Monessen and Flores, and then they'll be in the picture now. So if you're Edward Jones, you really want this one.
Shot from the outside from Emma Reynolds is good for 3. She's got 5 points, been very balanced on the Lee Supply side of things, and that's really what they need in a game where they only have 5 players. Lee Jones gets the drive from the left side from Carmen Vasquez. They'll call the foul on
Macy Miller.
will be her.
First.
Is it her first? Thank you.
Yes, it is.
I paused while the turnover was happening, and Skylar still takes it to the hole and is fouled, so she'll head to the free throw line. Lead cut into single digits for Edward Jones. It's 27-18 with Skylar still at the line for Lee Supply. Five on the floor here for Edward Jones after some substitutions. Sadesky, Dupilka, Gurdich, Chris, and Vasquez. And, of course, the same five for Lee Supply, including Skylar Still, who made her second 7-point ball game. Chris driving right side, hurls up a shot, gets it to go. 29-20. Chris has 7. AC Miller up ahead of everyone, gets the outside look for Lee Supply. Saved from going out of bounds by Emma Reynolds and hits the floor hard. But it falls into the hands of Edward Jones. Dupilka right side, drives in the paint, kicks it out to Sadesky, open for 3, gets it. Big shot from Tori Sadesky. She's got 9 after a trio of threes. Timeout on the floor. It's 32-20. Edward Jones with a quick burst. Back on top, this time by 12 with 3:31 to play in the first half.
Big shots from Sadesky. It just seems like when Lee Supply's getting back into it, Sadesky will come down and knock down a quick triple. I mean, she has done a variety of things today, you know, catching it off the pass, off the dribble, on the move. 3-point specialist.
Good things from her. She's got 9 for Edward Jones, as does Viva Chris. Flip side of things, a lot of 5- and 6-point scores for Lee Supply. 6 from Jenna Dawson after 5 each from Jasmine Fisher and Emma Reynolds. Back underway, 3:30 to play in the first half. Reynolds with the ball top of the key. Guarded by Gurdich. Gives it out to Jasmine Fisher, who fires. Shot off the backside of the iron. Jenna Dawson hustles to get that ball. Picked up, dishes to Macy Miller. Reynolds saves the rebound from going out, but right into the hands of Edward Jones. Great effort and hustle for these 5 on the floor for Lee Supply, who are going after every loose ball hard, despite knowing they don't have any additional numbers. So huge hustle from them as the foul here sends Kara Dupilka to the line.
It's going to be a 2 on Skylar Still. Don't want a lot of fouls when you're only playing with 5. So, you know, despite only having 5 fouls, you know, that's 2 on Dawson and 2 on Still.
Free throws don't go from Dupilka, keeps the score at 32-20, under 3 to go here in the first half. Dawson drives right side on Dupilka, puts up a shot, doesn't go. Gurdich with the rebound. And Sadesky will bring that up.
Her 12th rebound from Gurdich.
Dupilka, left side. Thought about a 3, moved the ball instead. Ends up with Vasquez top of the key. Back to Dupilka, trying to shake the defender, Dawson. Gets her away to throw up that perimeter shot, but doesn't hit anything. Jasmine Fisher back the other way for Lee Supply. Just can't get that layup to go. 2:20 to play in the half. Chris with the ball, left side, goes inside to Lainey Gurdich. Gurdich backs her way towards the basket, spins up off glass. Rattle doesn't go, fights for the rebound. It's going to be a jump ball between Gurdich and Reynolds. Tell you, I know it's not like York and Char Valley are going to play a lot of games against each other, but that's what makes the Summer League fun, because I think it'd be a lot of fun to watch Lainey Gurdich and Emma Reynolds play basketball against each other.
Definitely, yeah.
On a pretty consistent basis. Dawson drives left side, lays it up with the right hand, doesn't go. Gurdich pulls down number 13. Gurdich pretty ambidextrous as well. I know when you're tall, you work a lot more with both of your hands, not so you can dribble around as much as make moves under the basket. And that's something she can do pretty well.
Yeah, I think that being a post player, having ambidextrous, abilities are unparalleled because a lot of big people you see in high school can only go one way to their strong hand. When you have a really good secondary move to your offhand, that's deadly. It's really hard to combat.
Great move to the basket by Jasmine Fisher to make it a 10-point ball game. She's got 7 points. It's 32-22. Minute 15 to go here in the first half. Viva Chris working on the left side, guarded by Still. She'll kick it out to Kolditz. Back to Chris. Drives. Screen by Miller leaves Sadesky wide open from the perimeter, and she makes him pay. Rattles it home to make it 35-22. That's 12 points for Tori Sadesky.
She hasn't missed. She's 4 for 4. She shoots, she makes it. Pretty high efficiency.
And Gardit Jr. with that first to reach double digits here tonight. Shot doesn't go. Gerdich there for the board. Sadesky pushes it up the floor to Vasquez, who's all alone under the basket for 2. 37-22, a 15-point advantage here for Edward Jones. First points for Carmen Vasquez since the first bucket of the game. She's got 4. Rebound here, trying to buy Viva Chris some space to work her way to the basket. Her layup doesn't go. Rebound gets knocked into her hands. Batted out now to Vasquez. She's guarded by Dawson, who's got to avoid foul number 3. Vasquez drives, and it's stripped up here by Jasmine Fisher. It's picked up by Skylar Still. 5 seconds on the clock. She pushes it back to Macy Miller, and she's fouled by Viva Chris with 0.7 seconds on the clock, and that is her 3rd foul.
Yes, it is.
The inbounds here, obviously looking for a quick shot for Lee Supply. Jasmine Fisher gets it up, hits the backside of the iron, but it doesn't go. It's a 15-point ball game at the half. Edward Jones 37, Lee Supply 22. Leading all scorers is Tori Sadesky with 12 points, 9 from Viva Chris, and highest scorer on Lee Supply, Jasmine Fisher with 7. Jenna Dawson right behind with 6. Emma Reynolds with 5. That is how the first half looks here for Edward Jones and Lee Supply. I'll give a shout out to some of our sponsors who bring you coverage of the Mon Valley Independent Summer Basketball League, like the Salon and Spa by Cheney's Natural. If you've ever had muscle pain that just will not go away every day of my life, it's a good place for me to go. I'm telling you what, massage can really make a big difference. The Salon and Spa by Cheney's Natural in Monongahela, they offer several options to help you look and feel your best, from massage and spa treatments to essential oils, CBD, and other healthy living items, hair, facials, mani-pedis, and reflexology available. They also have cryoskin slimming and toning treatments if you want to check that out. Go to cheneysnatural.com, mention Summer Spa for a free upgrade on your services. The Salon and Spa by Cheney's Natural in Monongahela. Call 724-328-2834 or visit cheneysnatural.com. Foster House 2 Sports Bar and Grill at One Cook Road in Bell Vernon. They've got their famous King sandwiches 7 days a week, pizza and pizza burgers all day Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Enjoy one of 12 ice-cold beers on draft and a wide variety of bottled beer, mixed drinks, and frozen margaritas. The perfect atmosphere for enjoying great food and drinks with family and friends. Watch all your favorite sporting events on the big screen TVs. Proud to support all of the local sports teams throughout the Mon Valley. That's Foster House 2 in Bell Vernon. Come see them for a great time today. I'm thinking that'd be a pretty great spot to post up and watch the Olympics for an extended period of time.
Yeah, I'm a big Foster House advocate.
Yes.
They moved from their place in North Bell Vernon over to Washington Township, and it's just, I think their wing night's really good. Just really good wings. They had a few more flavors. Just saying, I think that they would be the go-to wing spot in the South Hills.
Good to know.
I mean, I really big Foster House fan, and always I'd probably be there tomorrow for wing night if I was not here. So, you know, a lot of
Joe's employment in the summer basketball league really puts a damper on the
on the Foster House.
Foster House proceeds every
Oh
night.
yeah, listen, gotta. It's almost tradition at this point to go every Thursday with some friends and stuff. It's definitely one of the. I think it's one of the best spots in the valley for sure, 100%.
Give a shout out to Brian Warnick, State Farm agent here in the Mon Valley as well. Warnick is the go-to agent for your home and auto insurance rates. You can get good neighbor service at surprisingly great rates. Brian Warnick, State Farm has you covered. Call 412-668-0111 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and agent Brian Warnick is there.
Yeah, so I guess Brian Warnick is the go-to State Farm agent, while Foster House is the go-to restaurant.
There
so
you go.
Perfect combo. Maybe Brian Warnick should have his next fundraiser there or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
37-22 your halftime score. Edward Jones leading Lee Supply. Got 16 minutes on the clock here for the second half.
Interested to see how many Gerdish finishes with. She's got 14 rebounds at this point, so maybe she'll go for a MVI league record for girls.
Well, she has certainly had a tremendous first half, crashing the board. She's got 7 points as well, so that double-double almost an afterthought at this point for Leaning Girdich, the rising junior at Yacht. Chris gives the ball to DePilka. Over to Presley Kolditz. Back to DePilka. Latrobe Wildcat. Drives, floater on the move. Shot rattles out, doesn't go. Tipped up the floor by Reynolds, and then good hustle from Skylar Still. Macy Miller puts the first 2 on the board here in the second half, cutting that lead to 13. 37-24, and
Chris, yeah.
Her first points.
I'm glad you said Latrobe too. It's Latrobe, not Latrobe, you know.
See, I've gotten yelled at both pronunciations,
No,
so
it's
it just doesn't.
It's Latrobe.
Yeah.
Very correct.
See, I said Latrobe growing up, and then got into the news business, and everyone told me it was Latrobe and yelled at me. And
I don't know.
I said, whatever doesn't get me hit. That's
Yeah.
it's a good life
nightly
policy.
basis.
In sports, that's why I always say where I'm standing is wherever doesn't get me hit.
Right. I
So I'm
mean,
on the sideline,
makes
I'm taking
makes
photos,
sense.
shooting video, wherever doesn't get me hit. So I take the same policy
Yeah.
for pronunciations. I will say your name whatever way it
How,
doesn't get me hit.
however way you want.
39-24 the score. Lee Supply leading, or excuse me, Edward Jones leading Lee Supply. I was writing Lee when I was talking.
Yeah, we're in a little bare bones operation tonight due to the one game. I'm doing the book as well.
Emma Reynolds, ball at the top of the key, hands it off to Jasmine Fisher. Puts it up from the left side. Rebound, fought for. Hauled down by Viva Chris. Puts it up with the right hand. She's got 4 points here in the second half. Should go with 9 in the first, 13 points for Chris. Emma Reynolds turn around and hits the shot. 41-26. Reynolds with 7 points. You can hear the praise from her head coach, Macy Miller, putting on some good defense as she typically does. Especially important in a game like this where you're limited on anybody coming in from the bench. Chris works on the left side. Knocked away by Emma Reynolds. Up ahead to Macy Miller. Bounce pass to Skylar Still. Terrific play by Macy Miller. Great follow through by Skylar Still. So you like to see the unselfish play. It's also the better decision in that moment to be able to bounce that over. Still with, believe it or not, her first points of the game there. It felt like she'd had others, and I think it's just because she's right there crashing the boards all the time and looking for those opportunities.
Still,
Yeah.
she actually had 2 free throws.
Ah, that's where I'm missing them. Where did they go?
Vasquez misses that first. Second on its way. No good either.
So 41 to 28. Oh, I found them. I keep the running score. He's got the addition.
Yeah,
That's a little better.
not good for much, but giving you the correct stats is one of them. Oh my.
A high arcing shot.
That hit the top of the backboard and came down and in. Wow.
Who had that?
Say that again?
Who had that shot? Was that Fisher?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, threw it off her back. Wow.
Heads up play.
Should have just got it and put it up. I think she was too far under the backboard, though, to do that. Good heads-up play, though.
I like the creativity.
Yeah, why not?
Jenna Dawson gives to Skylar Still. Her shot's long and picked up by Carmen Vasquez. Comes up the floor guarded tightly by Miller. Pushes out to Viva Chris, and Miller comes along. Gets a hand in the face of Viva Chris, who shoots. But the ball bounces out, knocked into the hands of Lainey Gurdich. That's going to go out of bounds. Off Chris, it'll be Lee Supply ball. Emma Reynolds from the right side, and she's fouled by Lainey Gurdich. She'll head to the free throw line. Oh, they're going to say that was on Presley Colditz.
Oh, okay. I thought that was on Gurdich.
Yeah, that was very much on Gurdich.
Not my decision to make, though.
Yeah. One of two for Emma Reynolds at the line. Gives her 8 points this evening. It's 41 to 31, 10-point ball game. 12 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll get a timeout from Lee Supply. Full timeout, wants to, I think, get some rest for her players. And we'll give a quick shout to a few of the folks that bring you coverage of the Mon Valley Independent Summer Basketball League. We just mentioned State Farm agent Brian Warnick and Foster House 2 in Belle Vernon, along with the Salon and Spa by Cheney's Natural.
Have 2 more.
We'll give a shout out to the Perked Up Cafe in Charleroi. They've got La Prima Espresso Company coffee from a local Pittsburgh roaster. Breakfast, lunch, snacks, salads, candied bacon, and more. Wi-Fi on site, always willing to support the community and give back. That is Perked Up Cafe in Charleroi. Let them know we sent you. 10-point ball game here after the 7-point run by Lee Supply.
Lee Supply hanging around here. If you're Edward Jones, you kind of want to put this to bed, maybe.
Ball comes in for Lee Supply. Chance to cut this to single digits. Jasmine Fisher on the left side. Drives, looking for help. Tries to push it out to Skylar Still, but it's taken away by Presley Colditz. Sadesky will bring the ball up the floor. Back to Colditz. And then Chris Sadesky lobs from the outside. Emma Reynolds will pick it up. She pushes it ahead to Jasmine Fisher. Back to Reynolds, pulls up for the jumper and had her arm kind of knocked aside there, I think, by Carmen Vasquez. Dawson picks it up, drives to the hoop, doesn't go. Vasquez will track down that ball. Macy Miller goes for the steal, doesn't get it. 10-point ball game. Edward Jones on top and looking to stay there as Viva Chris fouled. And we'll head to the line. Chris wearing the, I think, basketball shoes you would expect from someone who was in track and field.
Yeah, very colorful.
Bright color, sleek, narrow, not a huge basketball shoe.
You know, being a guard, you don't need the
Yeah,
high tops or anything too bulky.
I need high tops just to exist. 2 from Chris at the line. It's 43-31. Chris has all of the second half points here for Edward Jones. Shot from Emma Reynolds from the outside. A much needed 3 makes it a 9-point ball game. 43-34, and Reynolds in double digits for what I think feels like maybe the first time this season. Battling for the basketball. Down low, jump ball. As Dupilka getting ready to check back in here for Edward Jones. Again, the 5 on the floor here for Lee Supply. 2 is Jasmine Fisher, 4 Macy Miller, 5 Skylar Still, 7 Emma Reynolds, and 11 is Jenna Dawson. For Edward Jones, Viva Chris with the outside look. Fisher back the other way, drives, throws it up with the left hand and gets it to go. 43-36 the score, 7-point game. As Fisher's in double digits with 11. Dupilka with the ball right side. Drives and gets hit on the way up. Dawson there with the rebound. She'll bring it up the floor for Lee Supply. Her shot knocked aside and she's fouled in the second attempt. It'll head to the line.
On Sadesky.
Give you the 5 on the floor for Edward Jones as well. Viva Chris wearing number 1. Lainey Gurditch in the 8. Presley Kolditz in the 11, inbounding the ball. 5 is Tori Sadesky and 3, Kara Dupilka. Chris to Kolditz on the right side. Got it. Her second 3 of the ball game. It's 46-36. Lead back to double digits for Edward Jones. Jasmine Fisher drives, left alone in the paint. Trailing players, though, pull down the rebound. What's that now for Gurditch?
17.
And she's got the ball inside. She's fouled and will head to the free throw line. That tray from Kolditz, the first points by anybody who's not Viva Chris here in the second half for Edward Jones.
Got to knock down your free throws. That's an easy way to put teams away.
And close the gap with no time coming off the clock.
Yeah.
It is a 10-point ball game as Gurditch's second one is good. Emma Reynolds, left side, pushes out to Macy Miller from the corner. Sadesky with the rebound. Eight points for Lainey Gurditch after hitting that free throw. 2 points away from the double-double. Chris on the left side and goes out of bounds. That's picking up on the mic. want to hear myself talk 5 seconds after I hear myself talk. Under 9 to play in this one, 47 to 37. Good hustle after the basketball. We're seeking commissioner approval for an extra timeout. Lee Supply, in part, needing to use these timeouts just to catch their breath and grab a drink for players, as they've got just 5 and no subs. So, nonetheless, we play on. 8:30 to go, 10-point ball game. Skylar still hustles, tracks down the basketball, middle of the court. Dawson with the ball now, drives left side, takes it herself, doesn't go. Dupilka there for the board. Chris comes up the floor here for Edward Jones. Drives right hand off the iron. Lainey Gerdich pulls it down. Out to Sadesky, pushes it over to Presley Kolditz, and Skylar's still getting a hand on that, and it'll go out of bounds off of Kolditz. Still trying to just strip that ball away, and didn't get it to come with her, but it still resulted in the turnover. It'll be Lee Supply basketball after this timeout, a 30-second timeout with 8 minutes to play. 47 to 37. Edward Jones on top by 10. I love the plea. Why don't you use some of your timeouts?
Yeah, I think Coach Slegas asked Chad, could I have another one?
Yeah.
Definitely gassed out there a little bit.
You should get one bonus one to use anytime during the season, like as a fun addition.
It's like with golf, you get a mulligan.
Yeah.
One on the front, one on the back.
Yeah, there you go.
Just you have to.
You gotta carry the card with you though. Like I'll see. I'm gonna use my red card for this moment. I think some fresh legs will check in here for Lee Supplies. Cassandra Holland of Ringgold and Kinsey Wilson of Monessen come into the ball game for Edward Jones.
I mean, it's been a well-played game so far. Not a ton of fouls.
Wilson's not checking in yet. We do have Cassandra Holland out there. She'll be a senior this upcoming season at Ringgold. She's got a nice three-point shot. Speaking of, Skylar still drains a nice three-point shot, and that cuts the lead to 7. We're still with 7 points. 7-point ball game here. Kolditz drives left side. Puts her shot up, doesn't go. Gerdich pulls down the rebound, sort of in one motion while saving it from going out of bounds.
Yeah.
And Reynolds picks up the ball and gets fouled.
Who was that on?
I think it was on Vasquez.
Okay, yeah,
I do believe.
I thought so as well. And that was Gerdich's 20th rebound, so good to see that.
Yeah, just an awesome night doing what she does. Takeaway here from Lee Supply up ahead of Jasmine Fisher. Guarded by Chris. She gets a hand on that and gets the steal. Terrific defense there. Could have fouled or let her had it and went right at the basketball. Hustling after that board, Lainey Gerdich. They're not all gimmies, folks. She's working hard down there to pull down rebounds. Vasquez drives and puts the shot up, does not go. Gerdich looking for a second chance opportunity. Foul on the floor. I think that's going to be on Reynolds.
It is.
Just her second. 6:25 to play. 7-point ball game here. Edward Jones in the gold. Up by 7. We lose the basketball. Out of bounds, it'll be Edward Jones' ball. Braden Reynolds in the house to watch his sister play. Tremendous WPIAL season from him last year at Chartiers Valley with their run.
First time I saw him was, I think, his junior year at TJ earlier in the season, and I mean he was phenomenal, and really came onto the scene last year as a senior. And where is he going? Ashley, is it West Point? Is it Army? I thought it was something like that.
That sounds correct. I have to dig deep in the file from
yeah.
winter sports in my brain.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been a lot of baseball and softball since then. And now Summer League. I'm
certainly
trying to get back. A great hustle and basket there from Jenna Dawson, and we'll get a 5-point ball game. She's got 9 points. Outside look doesn't go. Rebound for Skylar Still. It's Lee Supply basketball here with a chance to make it a 1-possession game. Jasmine Fisher inside, off the right side, doesn't go. Gerdich pulls down the board. And Jenna Dawson going to pick up a foul.
I think you should take a timeout, Larry.
He did.
That was a big respect move from Coach Larry to give Lead Supply essentially a timeout they asked for. 5:10 to go in this one, a 5-point ball game as Edward Jones is on top. You know, this is a close game where, close enough game where you don't have to, help somebody out like that.
Yeah, I know. That's a little surprising.
But it's also not the worst time for Edward Jones to maybe take a timeout and discuss the fact that, they just allowed 6 straight points.
Yeah,
So
like we said, that Lee Supply's hung around, and Edward Jones really hasn't done anything to pull away. And Lee Supply, here they come. Can Edward Jones close it out, and can Lee Supply rally for another, little run and take the lead or tie it up or something?
Well, in the first half, Edward Jones went on these little runs. They had a 5-point run, and then they had an 8-point run, and that's kind of how they pulled ahead in the first half, and that's sort of what Lee is doing here in the second half. They had the opening basket, allowed 2 by Edward Jones. Then went on a 7-0 run, allowed a basket. 5-0 run, allowed 2 baskets. 6-0 run, and here they are within 5. So they've just been chipping away, and it's working. 5 minutes to go. Viva Chris with the basketball. Right side guarded tightly by Macy Miller. Gets it off to Gerdich. Playing against Emma Reynolds here on defense. Arm straight up as Gerdich tries to work her way to the basket, and great defense from Reynolds. She'll be just a freshman this coming season at Chartiers Valley. Didn't earn her team the basketball, but earned the play stoppage.
Excellent block.
Yeah.
Great defense.
Vasquez, right side, pulls up from the perimeter. Shot doesn't go, falls right into the hands of Jasmine Fisher. Lee Supply with a chance to make it a 1-possession game. Emma Reynolds fouled there on the left side. I think it's on the floor. She just tripped up moving towards the basket.
Vasquez with her second.
See if Lee Supply comes up with something here on the inbounds. Rolling off the screen, Emma Reynolds from the perimeter. Long 2 with her foot on the line. Gets it to go. Reynolds with 13 points. Under the hoop, far end. Chris, shot doesn't go. Gerdich pulls it down and then dribbles on the line. They're going to say this was knocked away by Lee Supply and keep the possession with Edward Jones. It's a 3-point ball game, 47-44. Edward Jones on top. Loose ball, it's rattling all over the place. Eventually picked up here by Lainey Gerdich. Shot doesn't go, gets her own rebound, and they're gonna call a jump ball. Yeah, instead of travel, it'll be Lee Supply basketball.
That's Gerdich's 25th rebound.
Unbelievable. Just a terrific game from her in the post. Fisher.
Chance to tie it up.
Reynolds with the ball, drives left side. Her shot up, she hits the floor, nothing called. Rebound by Macy Miller, and she gets the basket. And Emma Reynolds had stayed down on the floor here. I didn't know if she didn't get up because people were surrounding her, but I think just a little banged up. Maybe just the wind knocked out of her there for a second. Macy Miller with that clutch basket there. She has just 6 points, and she's typically chips in a couple from around the perimeter, but she's got the bulk of the work to do defending quite often Viva Chris and also Tori Sadesky on the outside tonight, depending on what's going. But that last two could not have meant more. 1 point ball game, 47-46. Edward Jones on top. Chris with the ball. Drives right side, guarded by Fisher. Pulls up. Has to find an outlet, taken away by Skylar Still. She drives alone, layup good, and Lee Supply takes the lead, 48-47. Take away a good pressure here in the corner, and here's Skylar Still again with the ball. Emma Reynolds fakes from the outside, drives in, fouled by Gerdich, and she'll head to the line. A 12-0 run right now for Lee Supply has them back in front by a point. Reynolds hits the first free throw.
Lee Supply coming up big. Now they're the ones in the lead. Can you hold on to it?
15 points now for Emma Reynolds as she makes her second. It is 50-47, a 14-0 run. 3 minutes to play, 3-point game, and it's Lee Supply on top. Edward Jones with the basketball. Vasquez trying to roll off a screen, drives left side, gets the layup to go. That's exactly how that play should look. Great execution there from Vasquez and her screening players. Jasmine Fisher drives and extends that lead right back, 52-49. Fisher with 13. Vasquez, top of the key, this time goes right side. Her hook shot goes up and good. 52-51. They're back-to-back buckets by Vasquez. Still a 1-point lead here for Lee Supply. Timeout.
It's a full. That's all she's got left.
8 points for Carmen Vasquez after 2 quick twos there. She had 4 points in the first half as well. So a 1-point lead here for Lee Supply, 52-51 with 2:23 on the clock. Give a quick shout out to some of the sponsors that bring you coverage of the Mon Valley Independent Summer Basketball League. Perked Up Cafe in Charleroi, the Salon and Spa by Cheney's Natural in Monongahela, Foster House 2, Sports Bar and Grill in Bell Vernon, and State Farm agent Brian Warnick. Again, this is the only game tonight here in the MVI Summer Basketball League. Forfeits in the other game for not enough players. So Lee Supply and Edward Jones here, the only 2 teams in action tonight. Cedarbrook Golf Course, Monessen Florist, AMD Industries, and State Farm agent Dax Thomas. Those 4 teams not in action tonight. You'll see them back on Friday night. We've got all 3 teams slated to play on Friday night, so hopefully we'll be able to get all 3 of those games in, and everybody will have enough players. It'll start out with AMD versus State Farm at 6. Lee Supply here will take on Cedarbrook at 7, and then Edward Jones and Monessen Florist battle it out. That'll be an important one for both of those squads at 8 o'clock on Friday night. Boys action will be coming up tomorrow night as well, with all 6 teams looking to play. 7, 8, and 9, those boys games tomorrow night. Back underway here, 2:23 on the clock. Lee Supply with the basketball and a 1-point lead, 52-51. Length of the court to go here, Jasmine Fisher. on the left side, guarded tightly by Carmen Vasquez.
Great job by Fisher to stay under control there. Yes, she did.
Give a carry to Jenna Dawson. And she kind of lost the basketball and had to carry to get it
Good
back.
call, though.
Yep. 2:10 on the clock. Sadesky goes left side. Gurdich top of the key. Hands it off to Vasquez, trying to go off the screen. It's going to be a foul on the floor for Jenna Dawson, her fourth. Under 2 minutes to play. Chris drives. Layup doesn't go. Rebound to Emma Reynolds. She gets it to Macy Miller. And she'll hand it off Jasmine Fisher and try to slow this down a little bit here for Lee Supply. They're going to say Reynolds took a step.
And she did. She caught it and then just hop stepped.
I think that's that. As a former big-footed young player, that would happen to me quite a bit. Your feet just get ahead of you a little bit, and honestly, sometimes even the shoe.
And Reynolds maybe shouldn't be out there as Fisher picks up a steal.
Drive, left-handed
Nice
lay-in
move.
good from Jasmine Fisher. It's 54-51, and Fisher's got 15. Steal here by Macy Miller. She drives up, only one there is Vasquez, and she makes a nice play on the ball, but it ends up in the hands of Jasmine Fisher, and Edward Jones, I think, trying to foul, play keep away here as Lee Supply tries to take some time off the clock. 1:09 to play, 3-point ball game, 54-51. Lee Supply in green leading Edward Jones in gold. Joe's keeping the book here, so he's got to keep the officials up to date as well. So if you hear him talking on the side throughout this, that's why. Pulling double duty. Quick foul here. And that's going to take Viva Chris out of the ball game. So on the floor here for Edward Jones, Kolditz, Vasquez, Gurdich, Dupilka, and Sadesky. That'll put Jasmine Fisher at the line. I mean, that's the foul that Edward Jones needed to take, probably just not with the person they wanted to take it.
I mean, that was, I mean, she knew too. I really think that somebody else should have been, you know, maybe taking that foul.
Free throw doesn't go, and Gurdich pulls down another rebound, perhaps none more important. Dupilka looks inside, stolen away by Jenna Dawson, who made a terrific effort to get to that ball. It went out of bounds, and it'll be off of Lee Supply, but what a hustle from Dawson. Coach Larry really wanted a timeout and finally got it there. 57.6 on the clock. A 3-point lead here for Lee. If you're Edward Jones, the foul game has been sort of successful in keeping, you know, Lee from not hitting any other shot.
Right.
Because they have not yet made a free throw in one of those scenarios.
Was that a 30 or a full?
Whatever he had left. Did he have both left?
Okay, well, that's a full. Nope, okay.
So what's he have? Does he have any left?
He has a 30 and a full. He hadn't taken any timeouts before his
Oh,
gift
right.
to.
Yes, so
gift
he's
to,
got 3 timeouts
Coach
left.
Slagus, 2.
2.
He took a 30 and a
Yeah,
full.
there we go.
So he's got 30 and a full left.
Got one of each left here. Does Edward Jones? Just under a minute to play, 57.6 on the clock. A 3-point lead for Lee Supply over Edward Jones. Inbounds here for Edward Jones. Sadesky into Carmen Vasquez. She drives. Her layup doesn't go. Rebound to Gurdich. Basket and the foul.
Wow.
Foul's going to be on Emma Reynolds.
Reynolds.
That is her third. So the layup from Gerdich brings it within 1 as she heads to the line.
That will send Edward Jones into the bonus if there are any further fouls.
She hits it. The 2 and 1 gives her 11, a double-double for Lainey Gerdich, and the game's tied at 54. Fisher with the basketball, drives left side, throws up a wild shot from the middle of the paint. There is absolutely no physics explanation that will tell me how that ball went in, but she got it. 17 points for Fisher. As Edward Jones is back the other way, down by 2, 30 seconds left. Vasquez. Right side, pulls up from 3. Off the iron, doesn't go. Fisher pulls down the rebound. She's trying to avoid fouls, and a reach in finally by Vasquez will send Jasmine Fisher to the free throw line. 14.5 seconds left on the clock. 2-point lead here for Lee Supply. So Fisher with 17 points to, I believe, lead all scorers. Viva Chris checked out with 15. And she hits the free throw.
Huge, huge free throw coming up right here to get it to a 4-point game.
57-54 with 14.5 on the clock. And Fisher hits it. Needed both and
shot.
got them both. Make it a 4-point game. Vasquez gives it to Sadesky, who fires up a long perimeter shot, and that's good with 4 seconds left on the clock. Quick timeout called by Coach Larry. There's 2.6 seconds left on the clock. It is 58-57, Lee Supply on top. So Sadesky with another big 3. Her first of the second half. She had 12 points at halftime on 4 3-pointers. Was perfect shooting there in the first half. But her first points of the second half come in a very big moment for Edward Jones, knocking down that 3 to make it a 1-point game with just a couple seconds left on the clock. 2.6 here in the building. 58-57, Lee leading Edward Jones.
What an exciting game! I mean, two of the bottom tier teams here in terms of records in the league. This is going to be huge if Lee Supply can pull out a win in the last two and a half seconds. Just do not throw the ball away. That is number one. Secondly, if you do throw the ball away into the forecourt out here, do not foul because they are in the 1-and-1.
And have some pretty good free throw shooters.
I would just throw it. Nope.
So thrown into Jasmine Fisher, and Edward Jones will foul. So 1.1 second remaining on the clock. It's currently a 1-point lead, 58-57 for Lee Supply. 1 would be good, 2 would be better if you're a fan of the green and gold. First one good from Jasmine Fisher. She's now got 20 points.
Get it together, man.
People are going to start screaming.
No, it was 1.
And
so off the missed free throw, a timeout quickly called here for Edward Jones. They'll have the ball right in front of the Lee Supply bench, 0.3 on the clock. So it is a 59-57 score. 20 points for Jasmine Fisher after hitting that free throw.
yeah, so you really don't want to foul now if you're Lee Supply. They're in the 1-on-1. Don't let anything off easy. It's going to be hard to get a shot off in 0.3 seconds.
You want everybody basically arms up in the way and not letting the basketball get anywhere close to that 3-point line. Because with 0.3 on the clock, you're almost going to have just enough time to throw it in far to get it under the hoop, or just to whoever can get open and catch it, and they're going to chuck it from wherever they are, which would be a 3 to win.
You could be able to get a little tip at the hoop if you really wanted to, but I think that what Edward Jones is going to do is just set a couple screens, try to get Chris open maybe, or Sadesky.
Well, Chris is out.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yep. She's
Well,
been,
I have the book, and
yeah.
I don't even know the Chris fouled out.
But that's where you're at, and obviously Sadesky has a big shot. Vasquez can shoot from the outside. Kolditz can shoot from the outside, so nothing too.
I think she's just going to give it to Sadesky maybe.
Gets it into Sadesky, lets her shoot from beyond the half-court mark, and it doesn't go. Final score, 59-57. Lee Supply with a much-needed win, and they get it in pretty grand fashion, holding on for this win. With just 5 players all night, didn't have anybody foul out, and able to come away with, I believe, the first win of the season for Lee Supply.
That is.
59-57. So hats off to them, battled out there. They were down big, 15-point deficit at half, and they win by 2. So just a terrific effort from them. Jasmine Fisher led all scorers with 20 points for Lee Supply. 13 points for Emma Reynolds. I believe her, it's probably, I think, her season high here in the Summer Basketball League. And on the flip side of things for Edward Jones, Viva Chris led the way with 15 points. Lainey Gerdich had a monstrous night, a double-double with 11 points. And how many rebounds did she end up with?
28.
28 rebounds. Just a fantastic night from Lainey Gerdich. And, that's an effort that you want to see as a coach. If you're a high school coach, if you're a college coach, anybody looking at Lainey Gerdich, that's just a tremendous night. Yes, in a losing effort, but what a ball game, and again, a huge effort from Lee Supply. Down 37-22 at the half. They went on a 7-0 run pretty early in the second half and cut it to about a 10-point game. Then a 14-0 run is what put this game back on tilt. They took the lead on the free throw that ended that 14-0 run, and were able to hold on, trade back and forth, and hit some clutch free throws here down the line to come away with that 59-57 win. You can read all about it, check out some photos in tomorrow's Mon Valley Independent. We'll give a shout out to Perked Up Cafe in Charleroi, the Salon and Spa by Cheney's Natural in Monongahela, Foster House 2 Sports Bar and Grill in Bell Vernon, and State Farm agent Brian Warnick. For Joe Sabalek, I'm Ashley Chase. Have a great